Hello, Meoni here, and I thought I'd do a quick video running over the footage that we saw in a letter from a producer live part 86 with the Google lens, essentially, using Google Translate to see what exactly is happening in the game. This is a first sort of tame example here with the Crescent Isle queue-in animation, the cutscene for the new field instance coming in the 7.2 series, which, as it says here, the bottom line says Crescent Isle, the Southern Expedition. We're going to look at more things that are more interesting than this, though. The first thing that we see actually on Yoshi P's character is this heads-up display. If you're wondering what that says, it says this content has an item level sync of 700. During item level sync, the stats of all equipment will be adjusted to be equal to or lower than the item level sync. So as you can see here, we've got the knowledge level at the top there of our UI, as well as the support job we're using, which is Freelancer, which is the default job that you get when you first queue in to this instance without selecting a phantom job. We've got Enlightenment silver pieces and Enlightenment gold pieces, which are the two different currencies inside here. It was confirmed essentially during the 86 letter from a producer live that the silver pieces are from your fates and critical encounters, and the second type is from defeating random monsters in the wild, so just the random monsters you might find between fates. On the other menu here, we have a big button that says support job settings. If you press this, and then there's this bit with the actual support jobs themselves, so I've paused them and translated them for you to look at. This is the main reason I wanted to make this video, so I could understand what the skills were. So as you can see, Phantom Monk has level 1, it has kick, level 2 is mage counter, level 3 is catch, and level 5 is Magi Chakra, with the support traits of level 4 having kick effect up and level 6 kick effect also increased. So it seems that the support passives basically, you know, as you level up, you get more powerful with those abilities. It says amongst memories of training and meditation, acquire support actions that are effective in attacking. So that's your attack one. Then we have for our Phantom Knight, at level 1 they get protect, level 2 they get prayer, level 3 Magi heal, and level 5 close. I'm not really sure if that's a perfect translation, but that's what we've got there. For the support traits, we've got at level 4 their defense effect goes up, and at level 6 their prayer effect goes up, which is pretty interesting. So that's your tanky with a heal, actually quite good, that the Phantom Knight. So obviously you can use these on any job that you queue in as, so you can basically make a tank Black Mage, for example, that kind of thing. It says a memory of a knight's loyalty and honor. Acquire support actions that reduce damage to allies. Additionally then, we've got Phantom Bard, which has level 1 attack song, level 2 love song, I'm not sure if that's a translation error, level 3 is Song of Strength, and level 5 is Hero Song, with the level 2 support trait of song effects being increased. It says memories of a bard's poetic thoughts and passionate singing. Acquire a variety of song support actions. And then finally from this preview, we've got Phantom Time Mage, which has all level up to level 5 of abilities. It has Magi Sloga as level 1. Magi Comet at level 2, which we saw Yoshi P use. Level 3 is Magi Mage Smasher. We've got level 4 is Magi Death Bell. And level 5, Magi Quick. So there's no support traits listed there. I'm not sure if this is final. Of course, this footage is from a dev server, so probably not. It says memories of the laws and theorems of a certain mage. Acquire magical support actions when manipulating time. So I thought I'd include this. Again, this was the main reason I did the video, because I thought it was really interesting to see what skills they had, even if they're translated slightly badly. So let's briefly translate this screen then. This is the support action settings for rotation direction of the support action ring. You'll see there's two pictures. You can choose whether the abilities, once you've pressed them, and cycle through them, rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. This is a bar that you see on the screen that's designed to reduce button bloat. You can, of course, still drag these abilities, the support actions, onto your regular bars for your job, but it is a good idea to make use of this as well. Similar to how the Magia board system worked before, only this is just toggling between different abilities to try and reduce bloat. So you can change which way it rotates round. As you can see, there's also a tick box that is currently unchecked. It says after performing an action, it returns to the basic slot. So if you were to rotate around with your inputs to use Comet, for example, it would then return back to the first slot, whatever that is that you've set as your first slot. And of course, there's gamepad input settings, where you can toggle between action selection with the left trigger in an input, with action execution being on the right trigger, or the left trigger actually being the execute action, and the selection of action being with right trigger. So you can choose, depending if you do play with gamepad, which you prefer. So there's some nice customization options here if you were confused what this menu was during the live letter. The first monster that Yoshi P decides to annihilate is actually called a Crescent Bandersnatch. This little notice says a new critical encounter has occurred. Those who wish to participate should wait at the venue and prepare for battle. Yoshi P passes another monster called a Crescent Flying Lizard, as well as a little Crescent Ochu as well. As Yoshi P goes to the event location for the critical engagement, it says the critical encounter will begin shortly. If you wish to participate, please wait at the event location and prepare for battle. The boss's name, if we roughly translate it, should be Neo Garula, and supposedly the flavor text says defeat Neo Garula, a monster whose world is being ruined by a noisy bird. So I guess that's a bit of a bad translation, but maybe it was caused to stampede because of a bird. Your guess is as good as mine. The actual ability that kills Yoshi P is called Crush, if you wanted to know. And obviously as he dies, it says Mirage Island, Crescent Isle, Southern Expedition, return to starting point. You cannot join a sealed off area when a battle is taking place until the battle ends. So obviously signifying that you can't join a critical engagement if you are not there when it entered. And when we teleport back using GM commands at the end of this little bit of footage, we see that the name of the camp is, funnily enough, just the Expedition Base Camp, nothing too special. Okay, so we've actually got a field note here, so they're doing field notes again this time. There isn't really any spoilers in this, but there's not really anything we don't already know about the character, but we have one shot here of Ketanram Blaufishin. It says an explorer from Limsa. In the year 1497 of the 6th Astral Era, as a teenager he led an expedition that set sail westward towards the western lands, and after a long voyage they arrived on the continent of Tural, though this was not what they originally intended. He then explored the continent and visited Mamuk, where he met with the king at the time. He struck up a friendship with the young king, and together they embarked on numerous adventures. His spirit of inquiry remained strong even in his old age, and he planned and led the exploration of the Shades Triangle, which is where we are today. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the information there. And obviously there'll be lots of other field notes, much like there were in Bosja and Zadnor. So I'm pretty excited to collect all of them. Who knows what characters we will encounter. Just a quick one on the new jogging system. If you weren't familiar with this, essentially, as you're sprinting around and your sprint ends, you will enter a jog instead of going back to a normal movement speed. This is to increase your movement speed across the board. It seems to be a permanent buff that does not run out unless you cancel it yourself, and means that places where you want to run around quicker than normal, including cities and towns, will be a lot quicker. It says the effect ends, however, when you enter combat. So this does look like something you can use in a multitude of areas, and I just thought we'd translate that. Alright, a brief look at the Cruiserweight first boss then, just to get an idea of what this looks like, some of the naming conventions. The text that pops up says Party Boy Dancing Green is the name of the first boss. So that's appears to be his name. So looking at Dancing Green, then the first thing that he says to you is, "Yay, let's get this party started." The first action that he uses is called Do the Hustle. Yes, they are all dance move related calls. And then the second thing you'll see is 2 points and pose. And he says, "Can you keep up with my steps?" The other thing he does is 4 points and pose and says, "We're not done yet. Come on, dance away." And then finally, the last thing we saw from this preview was Metem, the announcer, saying, "Dancing Green shows off their gorgeous style." I'm guessing that's how he will sound, as he casts Deep Cut, which seems to be the tank buster and ends Yoshi P's existence here. So yeah, there's some interesting dance move related callouts. It's gonna be absolutely chaotic, isn't it? So let's dive into the Cosmic Exploration translations then. So first of all, you might have remembered seeing the Cosmo missions on a live stream. And basically this is what it says. There are 3 missions here in the D classification. That's what we've got here. And apparently you need to complete so many D class missions to then unlock the rank above that. There's the geological survey around the base, cooperation with work standards operations, collecting general purpose armor plate materials, which is the one we've ticked on here is the top, the geological survey around the base. It says here the rewards at the top, and the purpose is to collect from limited collection sites and get specified items, and your evaluation is based on the number of pieces you receive. They actually show you the number of deliveries you've actually evaluated so far, and Yoshi P had 25. It says you get 3 minutes as a miner at 690 item level average, and as you can see, there's a bit of lore here. It says, in this project, the geological survey of the Cove of Scorching, apparently, is a very important mission. We, the Laporites, have not actively used this crater in a long time, and there will be many areas that have not been surveyed. Please select the points you specify. If we move on then to actually the mission that Yoshi P goes on, basically he's collecting moon meteorites for this mission, and then as you can see, once they've collected that, it says Cosmo mission has been upgraded to silver grade. There are different grades that you can deliver, and obviously there's bronze, silver and gold. And as you can see here, once he's completed the mission, it says Naoki Yoshida has completed the Cosmo mission, survey the area surrounding the base with a gold grade, which gives you the max rewards. As you can see there, 65 of those and 15 of those. Additionally, we've got this then, because Yoshi P sort of looks at the mission log, showing the example of things for the D-class missions to unlock the C-class missions, where you need to do 2 of 3 D-class missions. So you have to do at least 3 mission types for this grade before you can upgrade. It says for this one, we're collecting materials for air filters. Again, the same information, apart from a large amount of materials is required to expand the moon base and to build and improve the habitation module. A procurement plan is made in advance from various parts of the Cove of Scorching, but to continue the work, it is essential to secure materials efficiently, since strengthening the base is essential. So that's another one of those missions, and they're all pretty much like this. The other one is the water supply will be very important for the fish farming and for the artisans who participate in the project to have drinking water. My goodness, living creatures are very delicate, says the Lalafell. To keep the purified water clean, the hydrolysis station has various systems in operation. For example, it is built into the pumping device from the underground water source. So there's lots of information here. As you can see here, when Yoshi P triggers the emergency mission, just to show you that this is something that can happen, little events, it says a group of small sunstones falls near the gate base. Declare a state of emergency and request prompt damage addressment and restoration. And then this message here, an emergency has occurred in the southwestern and north of the Moongate base. Procurement of necessary supplies is urgently needed. Please head to the scene. And then finally, once things have settled down, Yoshi P actually used the GM command to finish things off. It says, with the situation now lifted and normal system operation restored, please leave the remaining tasks to headquarters and head home. Moving on then, we've actually got a little bit of a look at the top person who contributed in a 14-day period, called the Best White Donors Certificate. Proves you have been selected as one of the top contributors during this period covered by the survey. Only valid for gatherers and crafters. This is how you know who is the top on your server in that 14-day period. We also have a look at the actual plinth where your character will be displayed if you are that top contributor in this hologram. It says Naoki Yoshida. He made a great contribution to the progress of this project. In recognition of your dedication and solid skills, we're displaying you, and you can choose a pose on the right there. Then we have the mecha operations. It says mecha operation, order to destroy giant tree-like crystal has been issued. If you would like to be a pilot, please apply for boarding via the Explorer tablet. It says a large amount of giant earth element crystals have been discovered near the moon base gate, overflowing from the environmental control of the lunar surface by the central crystal. Please travel to the site with a power loader. Crush the giant crystals and collect them as resources for attribute conversion. Then we have entry tickets can be exchanged by giving moon credits to a character called Rilot. It might not be their character's name, at X22Y20. I have a firm belief that that's accurate at the very least. And then it says, I was selected as pilot. And then you go over there, and it says the command this time was to shatter a giant crystal that appeared. Recover as materials for attribute conversion. He then says, the target giant crystal is very strong, but with the equipment of your power loader, it's easy to break. Thank you for your participation in the mecha operation. This is if you queue as just one of the non-pilots. It says use the Cosmo drill to shatter small 1 attribute crystals. And then obviously there's target destroyed as the heads up, and those are the crystals. And then there's actually a bit where you deliver the crystals. It says with the supporters adding fuel, the field searcher's output began to increase. So I'm not sure what that means, but obviously it's integral to, you know, managing to find bigger and better crystals. And it says player Final Fantasy XIV PLL, which is the name of this default character here, has earned 50 command contribution points, just as a demonstration. By doing that, you have earned yourself contribution points. Next, we look at Cosmic Fortune. The character's name is Orbiting Way, which is amazing. And he says, the shiny ticket is Cosmo Fortune Big Bang ticket. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in Cosmo Fortune Big Bang. Please enjoy. And it says to challenge Cosmo Fortune, you need 1,000 moon credits, and you can exchange them here. 1,000 at a time for a chance to spin the wheel. And as you can see, the total credits that Yoshi P had is 3,065, and the dialogue option is yes or no at the bottom. These are the most exciting parts then. So these are the rewards translated. We've got the Cosmo Suit Chest, which is the astronaut suit. At the top there, that's the carrot prize. We've got the Orchestrion Stargazers, which is a new theme. We've got a Cosmo Blue Lamp housing item. We've got Magic Prism Cosmo Explorer, which are fireworks. And the bottom one is actually a special roulette chance, if you get that one. And as you can see on the right side, there's slight differences for the other roulette. It says Cosmo Suit Chest. We've got Echoes in the Deep Orchestrion, a Laporit Parasol, which is pretty hype, and a brand new die. Yes, there are new dies added in Cosmic Exploration, much like Ishgard Restoration included stuff like Ruby Red and all of those new colors. We've got new metallic colors, Cobalt Green die, so a much brighter green cobalt color on metallic. Very exciting for that. And we've also got the special roulette chance and more Cosmo Explorer fireworks. And then this one, which is equally as exciting, we've got the Power Loader verification key, which is the mount, the black Power Loader mount. We've got Close in the Distance on the left there. As an Orchestrion roll, we've got Cosmo Table housing item, we've got special roulette chance and a Cosmic Explorer Prism. We've got a power loader on the right as well as a new emote, which is recording on tablet, which is an emote you might have seen what people do with notepads, but this is actually jotting things down on a tablet, which is sick. And then we've also got a brand new metallic ruby red die. So this is, if you've always wondered why is metallic red more purple than red, please can we have a metallic red? Metallic Ruby Red is the answer. Very happy about that. Can't wait to see the full range of dies in this content. Also got some Cosmo Explorer prisms there and a special roulette chance. I think this probably is my favorite scene in this entire translation because we're getting new dies. Honestly, the entire Cosmic Exploration thing has me super hyped. I cannot wait to dig my claws into this one. It looks like an absolute dream for somebody like me. I love science fiction, I love rewards, and I love making videos, so we're basically going to be here for some time. And yeah, I can't wait to get stuck in, especially with the dies. Oh man, I can't stop talking about them. So hyped. I would like to see the full range of what new dies they have. Hopefully there's a full set of colors. That would be lovely. All right, the last section then that I want to look at in terms of translation, so at least for today, we've got the minions and mounts. So first of all, we've got this primate, I think it's translated to. It says summon your primate minion, a being that fell off the familiar tree, the red one, which is probably very badly translated. Just to let you know as well, the actual minion isn't shown on screen at the same time because we're translating the tooltip and Yoshi P was dragging his mouse all over the place. And it was the only way to get these shots. So that's the text for the primate. We'll look at the actual stuff in a second in video form. The second minion is called the Sacrificial Lord, which I thought was a fish. It says, summon your Sacrificial Lord minion, the kamikaze family that resides in a stone-light dagger. The life of the enemy is the best treat. Now, that's probably very badly translated. But anyway, there you go. That's what Google says. Then we got the Scala Orosaba, which is the summon your Scala Orosaba minion, a small white bird adored by Scala, pure white. Okay, so is that a character? Interesting. Then we've got the Mini Loader, which is summon your Mini Loader minion, Cosmo Explorer, a small toy made after the equipment on the moon, capable of carrying pebbles. Amazing. Then we have the Demon's Tablet Mount. It says, ride the Demon's Tablet Mount, magical stone tablet brought to life by blood-carved patterns. It's likely harmless. That's what it actually says. Then it says Air Spinner C9, ride your Air Spinner C9 mount, new floating machine made by the New Alexandria Offshore Kingdom. A lot of people are expecting this to be the mount from the Raid series on Savage, and judging by the background music that was briefly shown in the live letter, I would concur. Then we got a highly mobile power loader, which is the black power loader. Ride your power loader mount, a special item given to those who have made outstanding contributions to the cosmic exploration efforts. Now we know this is from the Fortune minigame with the spinning wheel, but it also begs the question with that text, can this also be given to the person with the highest contribution in the 14 days? Because maybe they get it for free and we have to get it off of the Wheel of Fortune. That would probably make the most sense because there's no other rewards as far as we can tell, no titles or anything, so that would make sense. Then we have the magical ship. That's what it translated to. It's probably not called that. It says ride the magical ship mount, an ancient magical vessel that floats by magic. It can carry up to 4 people, so who knows where this is from. Hopefully it's not just a cash shop mount. Hopefully it's from something cool. Then finally we have the Wings of Knighthood, which is an amazingly metal name. Ride on the Wings of Knighthood, magical wings discovered within Alexandria Castle. Here's a look then at all of those minions and mounts off of this footage as we go through. Honestly, I enjoyed making this video. It was interesting to just sit down and try and use Google Translate to see if I could work out what some of this stuff is. If you can do better, please do correct me in the comment section. I do not understand Japanese myself, but maybe you do. Maybe you can correct me on a few things, give us a little bit more information. I understand there's probably a little bit of a spoilerific notion to this video, but at the same point, you know, we kind of need to know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed the coverage of 7.2 so far, and we're only just beginning to scrape the surface. There's lots of things to look at, lots of announcements, and hopefully in 2 weeks we can have an incredibly cool 7.2 release on the 25th of March. Thank you so much for watching. More videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.